Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Three news stories. Firstly, Colonel Demeke Zewdu spoke about Fano yesterday. He criticized Fano groups. What did he say? We're seeing a backlash against Colonel Demeke Zewdu in social media by pro Fano activists and news outlets. What happened? What did Colonel Demeke Zewdu say? And is he in a position to publicly support Fano fighters? Secondly, where is Salsay Weyane? Around a week ago, he attended Italy Africa Summit along with other African leaders too. Is he still in Italy? And thirdly, Salsay Weyane Tigray opposition party issued a statement around 48 hours ago about the plight of Tigray war veterans, injured TDF members who are not receiving adequate support, according to Salsay Weyane. Salsay Weyane's statement is very interesting because Salsay Weyane seems to be accusing the federal government and international community of neglecting TDF members. Where is Tigray interim government? Firstly, viewers, Colonel Demeke Zewdu is becoming controversial, seriously controversial. He has passed some remarks about Fano groups. What did he say? Who is he? Colonel is a champion of struggle for making Volkite part of the Amhara region. He started his struggle decades ago, and during EPRDF era too, he continued the struggle. He suffered too. He was arrested. He remained in prison. He is one of top leaders of Volkite Amhara Identity Restoration Committee. This committee has been calling for Volkite becoming part of the Amhara region. And when the war broke out between Tigray fighters and Ethiopian federal government, Colonel Demeke Zewdu led forces, ENDF, Eritrean military. They took control of this area, Humera Volkai, Sagade, Western Tigray. And since then, this zone has been under the control of Colonel Demeke Zewdu-led administration. Colonel Demeke Zewdu is deputy head of the zone, head of security, head of police, head of militias, and militia members are being recruited, trained. Police members being recruited, trained here. Colonel Demeke Zewdu is the main man here, but he's not the only main figure in Volkite Humera Sakade. He's working here, he's operating here in collaboration with Ethiopian National Defense Force. He cannot survive as deputy head of security in Volkite Humera Sagade if he starts opposing Ethiopian National Defense Force. Because ENDF is heavily deployed to Humera Volkite Sagade. No EDF now. Eritrean military has withdrawn. And Colonel Demeke Zewdu, I've been saying, by the way, that Colonel Demeke Zewdu is only concerned about his zone, and that is Volkite Humera Sagade. He wants to ensure that this zone remains part of the Amhara region, that it is not given back to Tigray. And he wants to ensure that he is basically opposing the large-scale return of Tigrayan IDPs. He calls them extremist anti-peace elements which don't belong in Volkite Humera Sagade. A few months ago, we heard that Ethiopian federal government was planning to dismantle uh, administration in southern and western zones. Umera Volkai Segde Koromelamada. Back then, Colonel Demeke Zewdu rushed to go on there. Some meetings were held there, and he issued a statement. I remember he called for support from all the people of the Amhara region. He said that if Volkai, so if someone tried to take back Volkai from Amhara people, all Amharas from Gondar, from Gojam, will stand with the people of Volkai. So he asked the people of Amhara region to support people of Volkai. And then we saw that the Ethiopian National Defense Force, Ethiopian government decided against dismantling the administrative setup in Volkayat Marasagde, though at some point maybe this setup will be dismantled because the solution proposed by the federal government about deadlock over Volkayat Marasagde Koramanamata is that IDPs will return, a new local administration will be elected, and referendum will be held. So this solution is being opposed by Tigray side. Amhara region to some extent has agreed to this solution. Is Colonel Demeke Zewdu in favor of this solution? We don't know. But southern zone, Kora Melamata district administrators are in favor of holding a referendum there. Colonel Demeke Zewdu cannot publicly, openly support Fano fighters. Why? Because, as I said earlier, he is working in collaboration with Ethiopian National Defense Force. Both Colonel Demeke Zewdu led militia and police and Ethiopian National Defense Force. They are jointly administering Western Tigray, Humera Volkai Sagan. So, if anyone is expecting that Colonel would support Fano publicly, it won't happen. But he just went ahead. He criticized Fano groups. He said Fano groups are not true representatives of Amhara people. They are anti-peace elements. These remarks of Colonel Demeke Zewdu are alarming. That is why it is leading to a backlash. His speech is leading to a backlash. Pro-Fano news outlets, activists are criticizing Colonel Demeke Zewdu, saying that he is working as Ethiopian PM's, Ethiopian military's proxy in Volkayat Marasagde. Could these remarks lead to confrontation between Fano groups and Colonel Demeke Zewdu-led administration? That remains to be seen. So far, Fano groups not happy with Colonel Demeke Zewdu's remarks, but some are calling for restraint. They say Demeke Zewdu is supportive of Fano struggle, and he is there in Volkayat, but he cannot take public position in support of Fano. And maybe Ethiopian government is adopting carrot and stick policy. That is why Colonel Demeke Zewdu, maybe Colonel Demeke Zewdu was promised Volkayat that he'll remain in control of Volkayat, but he should condemn Fano fighters. That is why he spoke. Overall, I think the statement of Colonel Demeke Zewdu about Fano will lead to tension between Colonel Demeke Zewdu administration and Fano groups. Secondly, viewers, where is Salsay Weyane Eritrean president? The man is still in Italy. Around a week ago, Salsay Weyane traveled to Italy, where Africa-Italy summit was held. Several top African leaders attended the summit. Hassan Sheikh from Somalia, Abiy from Ethiopia, and others were there. And Salsay Weyane, though he is not known for having very cordial relations with Western countries, but he was quick to accept the invitation and he attended the summit there. And almost all African leaders have returned. Salsay Weyane is still in Italy. Yesterday, Yemane Gebre Haskell, Eritrean Information Minister, shared details of Salsay Weyane's last 2 days' engagements. Isaias Afwerki visited some food processing plants in Italy around 48 hours ago. Almost a week has passed. Isaias Afwerki is still there in Italy, and Brigade, Nihamado, Eritrean opposition groups are nowhere to be seen. These groups were saying that they did not have any advance information about Isaias Afwerki's visit to Italy. That is why they couldn't protest. But for a week, Eritrean president is there, opposition nowhere to be seen. It means that opposition is split. There is no strong opposition, Eritrean opposition, which exists in Italy. Maybe in Europe as well, there are some groups, but there are splits, there are divisions within these groups. That is why the groups could not form a joint front against Eritrean government in the past too. And this Isaias Afwerki visit has exposed the strategy, the strength of Eritrean opposition groups in Europe. Thirdly, viewers, Salsay Weyane is a Tigrayan opposition party which issued a statement around 48 hours ago about the plight of injured TDF members, disabled TDF members. Veterans are not receiving adequate medical support. Salsay Weyane interestingly accused Ethiopian federal government and international aid organizations, humanitarian organizations, they're not doing enough. They should take care of these Tigray veterans who are in dire need of assistance. Uh, and Salsay Weyane mentioned some international conventions too. The party says that these international conventions should be followed and demobilized TDF members should be taken care of. Salsay Weyane has been very soft on Tigray interim government in its statement. Though the TDF members who have been protesting, they have been accusing Tigray interim government too. They've been accusing TPLF too. They have been accusing top Tigray military command as well, that they've been saying that they fought for their people, and now those in power in Tigray are reaping the benefits of war, and those who sacrificed are suffering. But Salsay Weyane, I think, took a pro-Tigray government position in this statement by criticizing the federal government and humanitarian and aid organizations. First, responsibility of rehabilitation, demobilization, and taking care of these fighters lies with Tigray interim government. Yes, international community made some commitments. Yes, the federal government made some commitments too. But if these commitments are not honored, in the end, the Tigray interim government will have to solve all these issues. The interim government will have to devise strategies to meet the needs and to overcome the challenges which the government is facing because of gradual or non or slow implementation of Pretoria deal. Thank you for watching.